everybody, it's Paige. Welcome back. Today I have for you a yoga pose, child's pose to be exact. It is Balasana in Sanskrit, and just the word Balasana sounds like bliss. So if you do practice this pose with me today, I hope that you experience bliss of some sort. And child's pose is one of the most restful and restorative poses that you can do, and it's accessible to everybody. So I like to start on my hands and knees, so let's get going. So from here, get onto your hands and your knees, and I bring my wrist right underneath my shoulders. From here, I begin to allow my energy to move into my mat, and then extend my hips back towards my heels. And then from there, I can use my fingers moving into my mat to kind of just wiggle and snuggle into the pose a little bit more. And from there, you want to make sure you're dragging your arm bone back into the socket and rounding it and spiraling the outer arm in towards your face. And so your bicep is moving down, your tricep is moving in towards your face. And from there, you don't end up with this kind of thing happening, right? You spiral your arms and you give your neck a lot of space to release, and then you're not causing any more tension with the pose. So from here, you're in your child's pose, and you just bring your head down, and you take a nice deep breath in, and a nice deep breath out. One of the things about any yoga pose is the breath. And really, that's the thing about life, right? If you're not breathing, you're not living, that's for sure. But the same thing in your yoga practice. You want to make sure you're breathing. So while you're here, breathe into the front body that's touching your thighs. Breathe into your back body as it expands. Breathe into your side bodies and really feel your ribs moving in and out. And another variation here, right now I have both of my knees together, but I love placing my forearms to the mat and my palms facing up. Again, I'm allowing my arm bones to sink back into my torso. And then just bring your head down here. And this is more of a, I'm just surrendering pose. And just breathe. And when you do this pose, it is wonderful to practice this when you get home from a long day of work, and just hit the floor. I mean, you don't even need a yoga mat. Just to come and do child's pose, it will help bring you back to balance. It will help take off the work hat and bring home the family hat and just give you a moment to just be. And we need those moments in our life all the time. Just take a moment to breathe and feel what the pose does for you. Another option here is if your heels do not, or excuse me, if your hips do not reach your heels, if you've got any knee stuff going on, any lower back stuff going on, tightness, you're welcome to just grab a blanket. Now, this is a blanket I just grabbed off of my sofa. It's not a yoga blanket. A lot of people don't have yoga blankets. So just grab what you have. If you have a towel, a blanket, or even a sweatshirt just rolled up. And what you'll do is lift your hips up and then bring it right underneath your knees, right at the knee crease. And then from there, come back to all fours and then allow yourself to sink. And then as you can see, my hips are lifted from my heels. This is a softer blanket, so it's not giving me as much lift, but play with what you need if you do need it. And then just allow yourself again to just breathe. If you like the variation with the forearms on the floor and your palms facing up, just go ahead and take that. And just take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. And then from here, I have one more option to give you. You could, as Taz eats my blanket, you could bring your knees out a little bit wider and bring your big toes to touch. And from there, you can go back in a wide-kneed child's pose. It's really nice for the hips and lower back. While you're there, make sure you're really pulling your lower belly in so you don't sink too far, especially if you have a really flexible lower back like I do. You really pull the belly in to support you, and then bring your head down again and just breathe there. And if you could stay there for, gosh, 10 breaths, 20 breaths, 5 minutes, you're gonna really start feeling the difference. And it's one of those things that people always tell me, I don't have time to do yoga. It takes too long. I can't do a yoga practice, an hour long, hour and a half. But you don't have to do those long practices. Just do one pose. Start with this one, child's pose. That's yoga. And the decision to do it is yoga. The decision to take care of yourself is the yoga. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you love this pose and it was helpful for you. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe below. And I hope to see you very soon. Thank you and namaste.